Hey everyone, I just want to make a quick PSA. If you are going down to Disney World and bringing some rods, planning on fishing the area, got a car but can't travel far or whatever, I'm just forewarning you, everything is private. I went down there with a vehicle. I gave myself like a 35-mile radius outside of Disney World. I was staying at the beach club, beach and yacht club, and I'm telling you guys right now, everything is private down there. It's crazy. Everything's got a fence, all these signage everywhere saying you can't fish in so many different ways that makes it very confusing. Um, and I got kicked out a couple different places and just endless amounts of driving everywhere trying to find public access. I used fish brain, tried finding ponds that had more than 15, 20 catches. When I'd get there, they would still be private. I tried using FWC.com, which is like Florida Fish and Wildlife. I went to their urban pond section, and they gave me a list of like 4 or 5 different ponds. And to be honest with you, most of them are for catfish and catfishing. They stock it with catfish. I think some of them are stocked with other fish. But I tried a few of them and they just weren't the greatest for bass fishing. Um, so then I kept on driving around and finally found a couple different ponds that were kind of near each other, but I had to park in a different subdivision and walk over to that subdivision just to fish it because you couldn't park in that subdivision on any of the streets. So there was no signs, so that's cool. But it made it still very difficult to even fish them. And then one of them in that neighborhood had a fence around it, so I wasn't able to fish that. So just warning anybody traveling, anybody driving down there, visiting down there that wants to fish, just the Orlando area. I hear of just amazing stories everywhere else, but if you're going to Disney World, you're going to have a very big challenge ahead of you just to find something. Now, if you're bringing a boat, if you're bringing a kayak, it's totally different. You're going to have way more access than I did just pond hopping, way more access. There's bigger lakes and smaller lakes that have so many boat ramps and access for kayaks or boats, things like that. So this PSA is more for just the pond hoppers or just people on foot, bank fishing and stuff like that. So just giving you guys a warning. It's challenging. Like I said, I got kicked out of a couple different places. Ended up getting kicked out of Disney World, even though I was staying there. And when I told them that I was staying there, it still didn't matter. Found out that you could only fish at Fort Wilderness Resort or the Wilderness Resort. I forgot what it's called. You can only fish there. And then if not, you're going to take a bass charter boat or an excursion or whatever they call it. And then, that costs a little bit more money and stuff like that. But, and then you could do those outside of Disney World too. Those charters. A few other people told me I should take, a bass charter out on Lake Toho and, just fish for 2 to 3 hours or whatever and see if I can catch something that way. But I just didn't want to do that. I was just trying to pond hop, and it really did not work out. So that is my PSA. So thanks. Enjoy.
Oh, just we're gonna turn it off. Yeah, you got one, brother.
Yeah. First Florida bass.
Of course, I ain't recording. All right, here's Jared, a real field straight out of the north with his first Florida largemouth on the ever popular whopper plopper.
Yeah.
Down in these parts called the Jared Florida. I guess I'm gonna switch baits.
Good old whopper popper. Ooh, man, it feels good. This fish is warm.
That was fun. See, he's got, I see it on here. Yeah, you always get double. Sometimes they have, not bad, they have leeches on top of them. You'll see that a lot.
Oh, leeches?
Yeah. I'm trying to
Interesting.
clear them off and see. He don't have any though. He's really healthy.
Cool. That's
Like a
awesome.
Popka special.
Little whopper plopper.
I knew you throwing that, you get a fish sooner or later. All right, so get the scrimmage bass down there.
Yeah. in here. Finally. So I'm down here in Florida, fishing off the side of the highway. I'll be real with you. I've been here for a few days, and every day I got to fish for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, and then I had to go back to the hotel and get ready for the evening. But it has been incredibly tough, you know. I don't know what to tell you. I thought coming down here it was going to be a for sure thing, but obviously I've never fished Florida, and I've only been down here a couple other times in my life, and you know, I thought topwater was going to be it, but honestly I'm realizing topwater is not it. I've caught 1 fish this week on topwater and a couple other blow-ups by gar, and that was pretty much it. Little Florida bass. So since I figured them out, I've been using this right here. I think this is a 1/2 ounce tungsten weight, you know, EWG hook, Texas rig, just a little structure bug, black and blue. I know they like black and blue down here. Pretty much just letting it sink all the way to the bottom, doing its thing. Slowly dragging, hopping. Water temperature has to be in the 70s. I mean, the weather that they've had for the last 2 weeks here now has been in the 80s, upper 80s to even hitting 90s, and that's not normal. I talked to a guy named Gary, a good buddy of mine. I finally met up with him, and they got to fish for, you know, 5 hours, whatever, one day, and you know, I caught 1 fish, and that was pretty much it. Kind of learned that day that they're not on top, and they're kind of glued to the bottom. He basically told me it should be in the 70s right now, and it should be pre-spawn, but since you had 2 weeks of all this crazy weather, these fish don't know what to do. That guy is so skinny. Oh gosh. Maybe there's not too many bass in here. Oof. There we go. Nice. On the jackhammer. Cool. So this is the exact spot that AP Basson and his crew came to. I'm actually staying at this hotel. There might be another one over there. There we go. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a good fish.